Oh, this is not going to connect probably. I had to pause and I couldn't find the real pause, so. Do you think I'll ever learn how to do this? Oh my gosh. Aren't y'all getting tired of this? But I don't want to quit. Just can't. I don't know. Anyway, what was I talking about? So if I have to start over with this, hi, I'm glad you're here. I hope you can stand this for a little bit, and I'll finish this. I guess it'll have to be a second part anyway. Or, yeah, second part. So maybe you can bear with me and we can get something worth talking about or listening to or something. Pop's been in and out. He needed me. I wanted to show you, that's what I was talking about, that I want to share some charts and books with y'all. Don't know quite how I'm going to do it. The majority of them just probably be passing the stash. But I may have to, I don't know, we'll see how it goes and what happens. And I got to settle my mind first and I was going to do this even in June, and I really couldn't figure out exactly how to do it, and my girls do not want me to use PayPal. So, that kind of, because I did join Stash Unload Just Cross Stitch, but they don't want me to do that either, and I'm really not sure why, but since they don't seem to, since they can't do that right now, I can't either. Steve, oh, okay, never mind, it's okay. So, anyway, I guess we'll talk about that later. But one of the charts I wanted to show you was something that I did for Stephen when he was in college, and it's a lion. I don't know how good you're going to be able to see this because there is, oh, that's not bad right there. It's not bad. I hope you can see it. It's just gorgeous. And I hope I'm not shaking too much, that you can see it real good. And this is just the front cover of the graph. Now the piece, when it was finished, it's just so pretty. Oh, there was a change in the color around his cheek. It turned out so pretty, and I took it to be framed. So they did a really good job on it. So, what else has been going on? Let me tell you though, I know most of you are very far from my age, and you think it's going to be a long time till this segment of your life comes about, and I hope it is a long time. I really do. Don't not order things or get what you want or that you can do, but you won't have time to do it. And I still have gotten a few new charts, and I know that I probably won't have time to do it. But I'm going to enjoy it while I can, and I want you to too. I want you to also. But cleaning out your house and deciding what to do with things, and what you can take depending on the amount of space you're going to have, um, is not an easy thing to do, and it really takes a toll on your mind and what you think about, and just so much going on, just so much going on up there. What are we really going to need? Um, and that's what everybody keeps saying in my family anyway. Take what you need, Well, my first thought was, let me have all my cross stitch and all my sewing and quilting and my fabric and all that stuff. Well, if I took all that I really want and need, we'd have to get 2 apartments, and we can't do that. But you know what? It's kind of been fun in a way too, to go through things and see them. But brings back a lot of memories too. And one of the head nurse that is there, and they do have a memory section too in the home at the other end of the building from where we are in assisted living. And she spends a lot of time over there, of course. And she said, just get a container that will go under your bed, and she said, put all your memories in there. And she said, you can just pull it out and reminisce and look through it and see it. And but that's hard to do too. There's a lot of memories all these years. But I also found out that the memory care section is very nice. It's just exactly like what we're in. If the apartments are the same, it all looks the same size. And when we first decided on going to that place, there was a couple they told us about that was there, only it was a wife, like Pop, and just a few weeks ago, they moved them over to memory care. And when the lady told me that, the one of the receptionists that I talked to a lot, by the way, that's another funny thing. Her name is Lana. And even a more odd part is her husband's name is Steve, which is Pop's first name, Steve. That's just, that's just too, must be supposed to be. I thought that was just so funny. But anyway, she said I said, well, what do you do in a case like that then? Does he stay in the assisted living side or what? She said, no. If they want to go together, they can. She said, we don't want to separate people if they don't want to be. And so that was good, because that's what I wanted to do too, when that time comes. So now we know we can. Just go down the hall. Take our bed and push it down the hall. So anyway, I've been watching, I'm on Instagram now, which I'm thoroughly enjoying that too, because I can just look and read and do a little bit of commenting, and it's quick and easy, and I've so enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying now what's going on with the days of, just getting to know people. I forgot what it was called, but you know what I mean. All the days, each day of August, there's something else that's, can't remember the lady's name either that started this, but it's so much fun just to read and see old pictures of people. And I'm just getting so tickled at the 80s hair. I wish I had a picture of me with 60s hair. but I didn't do that because, I'm always late and can't keep up. So, but I've really enjoyed it with all of y'all, all the rest of you, and seeing pictures and reading about everything. And I've gotten to know, of course, people I didn't know through that too, which is always really good. I'm a very curious person about people, and I like to know about them. Do y'all have several men that want to follow you on Instagram? I know there's men on Instagram, and I know there's a lot of men that cross stitch and on FlossTube and everything else. So the first time that happened to me, I thought, well, maybe he's a stitcher and I just don't know. But I got this request to follow me, and I thought, well, I'll just ask. So I said, are you a stitcher? Well, right away you could tell he was not. Then I got kind of flustered, and I thought, oh dear, what have I gotten into? I need to figure this out. So I called Elena at school. Up there at Oxford, I called her. I didn't text her, I called her. And her roommate, which I've known her all of her life and know her parents, who used to be a deputy with our sheriff's department. He's retired now, and she put me on speaker when I was telling her all that, so her roommate, heard it all, and you should have heard them laughing. And I said, Elena, don't you dare tell your mother what happened. Of course, that's the first thing she did when she got off the phone. They were laughing so hard. I said, just tell me how to eliminate this person. I know y'all think I'm crazy. But life is fun most of the time, and make the most of it. But we got the biggest kick out of that, and she finally got me, where I could delete him. Before I didn't answer any of his questions. I just wanted to know if he was a stitcher. But I thought, who in the world and why? So be careful. I'm sure y'all all already know this, but be careful. But Granny has to learn too. This is probably why they didn't want me to know too much about social media. Oh. Well, don't know what else to talk about, so when we get all settled and we get things stuffed under the bed and in the rafters and under the kitchen sink and all that stuff, I'll do a video and show you around, and I hope to oh, that was another thing. I'll have to do this another time, but I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about it now. I got the booklet that has all of our rules and regulations and our agreements about living there, and to me, after I started reading it, it was just funny. And then I got to thinking all of the scenarios that had happened for this to be their choices to tell you can't do, and what happens if you do them, And so I text Stephen. He's our oldest grandson, and he is a federal attorney. And I knew he'd get a kick out of this, and I said, I don't know what to do now. I said, I've got these 27 pages here of do's and don'ts. And I said, first thing, they lock the door at 5 o'clock, which they do. They lock all the outside doors at 5 o'clock. And I said, I think that's really not fair. I said, I just think I ought to be able to stay out to the ungodly hour of 6:30 without the door being locked. So, but you know where that's going. They have a keypad on there, and you can get back in, and it is a good idea, you know. So I told him some other things. I said, another thing is, I can't be loud and obnoxious and rude to anybody. I have to be kind. I can't run over anybody with a walker. Even if they run over me first, I can't. I also can't take my gun. And I went on and told him all sorts of things, you know, and I'm not going to do all that anyway. So he got so funny. He said, maybe you need, what is that box called? A drop-down shelf. And y'all probably know what it is. It's like a safe or a safety thing that you can install in on your wall anywhere. They come in different sizes, but you know, you can hide some money or jewelry, your passport or whatever. And it's not really easy to get into, and it doesn't really look like anything like that. It just looks like a shelf. I'm not going to do that either. Definitely not going to take a gun. But you know, we're in the South, and I hope this hasn't been, oh, I've just rambled on about all this stuff. So if anybody is, whatever, if you take this wrong or you're offended, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive to anybody about anything. It's just trying to be positive and a little bit funny. So, the way it is. So maybe I have rambled enough, and I will go now. I love y'all. I enjoy watching all your videos and listening to everybody and trying to comment. I still can't comment very well, but I enjoy it, and hopefully everybody's having a good day, a good week. And we are burning up here. It's so hot, and I know it's hot in other places, but that'll change soon enough too, maybe. But y'all take care. I love you. Bye.